Hello. So today I'm popping on to talk to you about a discussion and a topic that keeps cropping up on people's posts and questions that brides and grooms are struggling with and actually how they are dealing with them. And what we're here to discuss today is actually about a loved one, someone close to you that has left and passed away, and how to include them into the wedding day. And if not include them, how to actually move forward with planning your wedding day without feeling guilty the fact that these people aren't here, and without feeling guilty the fact that maybe if this person was a key person in your life, actually about the loss of having them and how to manage that. So first of all, in a straightforward situation where a loved one has passed away many years ago and it's something that has become sort of the day-to-day life, but actually you still want to include them in your wedding day, you can have simple things like a photo table. I've seen happen. I've seen it where brides and grooms have actually saved chairs for the loved ones, and I have also seen little brooches, a photo brooch in your bouquet. And also I personally have made paper roses, which are flowers of that person, which actually goes into your bouquet. And another thing I've seen, which is truly wonderful, is actually where someone's had part of a clothing sewn into their dress, so that they feel that the person that they want to include is still close to them. So there are many things that we can do to still allow that particular person to be part of our wedding day and allow us to know that that person's still with us. But I really do understand that this is a really emotional and challenging time. So recently what popped up, which is the reason why it's provoked me to create this video, is actually of a bride that is struggling because her father passed away 18 months ago, and she has an absolutely wonderful stepdad, but being a daddy's girl, she feels completely guilty and heartbroken that her dad cannot be there, which you can understand is upset. And what has happened is this young lady doesn't actually know where to turn and who she can have, and if she can ask her stepdad, which is truly wonderful, actually whether he can walk up the aisle, because she feels like this is betraying the memory of her dad. This is so upsetting. And what I have found in this situation, and in many situations like this, is actually we put ourselves under such an extreme pressure, because actually in the real world we need to think about it from the other perspective. And I understand this is hard, but actually we have to bear in mind that these people have gone and they will be with us no matter what. These loved ones will be with us throughout the whole day, celebration, getting ready, everything. They will be with us. I'm a firm believer that no matter what, that person will be walking side by side with you the whole day. They will be with us. So in regards to this, my suggestion is, if you are dealing with difficult situations like this, is actually to take yourself away a little bit and really actually maybe think about it from a different perspective. So when I say that, I'm thinking about actually what, on the flip side, is actually think about the fact that your dad actually would be incredibly grateful that you have this now amazing stepdad that's stepping into a role that now he isn't here to provide and to give to you, right? No one is ever going to replace that loved one. We all know that. They have a special place in our heart. That is just how it is. However, I know if I was to pass away, I'd love to know the fact that someone is here to support and love my family, my children, the way that I would. So actually I would be incredibly grateful to that person for knowing that they've given my child the support, my loved one the support that I wasn't there and able to do. So maybe we need to cut ourselves a bit of slack and actually think about the fact that actually my dad or my mum would be grateful the fact that that person is there taking on a key role and giving his child or her child the support that they potentially wouldn't have got if they hadn't had someone to step into that role. You know, maybe consider the fact that actually we don't have to put that burden on ourselves. Actually, just go into it, follow our gut feeling, never underestimate your intuition. Please try and not put yourself under this obscene pressure of trying to make everything flow. This is an emotional time. Getting married is an emotional time. Arranging your wedding is an emotional time, particularly if you have lost loved ones that can't be there. So the other thing I would suggest is actually to have a conversation with the person that would potentially step into the role of the person that's left. So say, for example, in this case where the stepdad is potentially going to step into the role of dad that's passed away, actually have this conversation with them and say how you feel, because actually two heads are better than one. And what this will do is this will reassure you even more. There's a very, very high percentage of a chance of someone, the stepdad in this situation, he is going to completely understand where you're coming from. He understands your relationship with your dad. He actually respects that relationship because he sees it all the time. And as a stepdad, you know that you want that mutual respect and things. So just give yourself a bit of slack and actually have that conversation and be honest. I can't tell you how important it is. Be honest with how you're feeling. You're potentially going to go through this emotional roller coaster. It's completely understandable. But have these conversations with those that are closest to you. Have these conversations with your mum. I'm sure they're going to understand. And who else would know your dad, your mum, better than their partner? Actually, they're going to know that this person's going to understand and they're going to be with you anyway. And all they want to do is see you happy. So on your wedding day, the most important thing is you and your happiness. And that is all people worry about, right? It isn't about everything else. It isn't about all these little details. So try and take your the pressure away from yourself rather than letting it build up into something that's completely unmanageable and actually struggling mentally with these decisions. You know, so my suggestion is have these open conversations with the people that would potentially step into these roles. Follow your intuition. Our gut feeling is there for a reason, right? Like really analyze if it's saying to you about maybe not doing that, but however doing this, then listen to what it's saying. And also bear with yourself. Your loved one that has passed away is going to be with you every step of the way, no matter what. Actually, do you know what? They've got a front row seat because they aren't going to leave you at any point. So, you know, bear that in mind and try and just embrace these challenges. So there is something else that crops up quite a bit in regards to family and difficulties. You know, we all know that weddings tend to bring out a very quirky side of family and friends, and people that you have known for years sometimes can be quite challenging and actually just generally quite difficult. And it's completely and utterly shocking to us because actually we feel that where's it all come from? You know, it's completely and utterly baffling. So what the other thing to that as well is I understand this is a stress. I completely get it because I went through it myself. And what this does is actually builds up a real intense sensation around planning your wedding. And in many cases, I've actually seen it completely destroy wedding planning experiences for a couple because the intensity that's involved around it. If this loved one or friend or family, whichever it is that's potentially causing the problem, really cares about you and really gets you and really has the best intentions at heart, they will be there and they will support you on your wedding day. And this is quite a hard thing to say, and I can say this from experience because the person that was actually one of the people in my life that I was closest to and absolutely worships didn't actually even arrive to my wedding, didn't even come. So I completely and utterly understand how difficult this is, because I can assure you from experience that so I always save this particular person in my family a role in my wedding because it's a key role actually they took. I was patient and I waited and I ensured that person still had a seat at the table and still had dinner ordered and all them things on the hope that they would arrive and turn up on the day. And And I remember my wedding day morning where I woke up and I wondered whether this person would turn up, because they should have been there with me on my wedding day morning, but they weren't. And this is a really harsh reality, and it isn't very nice. And I know lots of you go through this and potentially will go through this. And I can assure you, my day was still wonderful, absolutely wonderful, even though that key person didn't even turn up at my wedding. Because, do you know why the day was wonderful? Because I was marrying the person that I wanted to spend the rest of my day with. So yes, these people are key and the priority, but actually in the bigger picture, all we need is that person that we are saying our vows to, and to be there and to show their support and their encouragement. And after all, that is the priority. And I can say from experience that even though the key people may not be there, you can do it, and I can assure you, you will still have a wonderful day. So please take the pressure off yourself in advance. Please try not to get completely eaten up by the fact that you are having difficulty with a family member that you really weren't anticipating having difficulty with. I don't know why. There are many reasons why there are difficulties with family. Some of them we never ever get to the bottom of, but just try not to let it completely destroy your day, because it's very easy for it to put a damp cloth on your experience and actually dampen the ambience around your big day and around the wedding planning process, which after all should be fun and exciting. Try not to let this happen, because it's just not worth it, and you're actually taking away the pleasure from your planning and your wedding day. So just please try and be logical. I understand that it's not always easy to be logical, but I'm telling you from experience that the most important thing is that you and your partner to be are going to be there and sharing their vows and making that commitment to each other that you're going to spend the rest of your life with each other. Don't worry about what anybody else thinks or anybody else is doing or anything else. The priority is you two. And as long as you both are happy, that is all that matters. And I know that's challenging, but trust me, that is the truth. And I wouldn't lie to you, because I understand the upset and things that this can cause. So yeah, the other thing, just quickly while we're on, I've had quite a few situations where my bride and groom have had parents that are separated, that then don't have anything to do with each other because of a difficult separation, and then they've not known what to do in regards to their top tables and things along those lines. And my advice is, one, follow your heart and follow your intuition, because it genuinely knows what is right. It's there for a reason. The second thing is have these frank conversations with those people, because this is your day. This is the day that is about you and your partner getting married and starting the rest of your life together. So have these frank conversations. Don't wait. So don't think, oh no, I can't have these conversations, and then put it off for weeks or even months. Have these conversations quickly. Get them over and done with, because otherwise it is going to hang over you like a wet rain cloud, dampening everything when it comes down to wedding planning. So get these conversations had. Get them over and done with. Be frank and be honest. Say to them, I'm really concerned that you and mum can't sit together at the top table. I'm really concerned that there's going to be ill feeling between you both. Would you please try and be on your best behaviour? I know this is rubbish, because do you know what it feels like? It feels like the child is parenting the parent. But sometimes what happens actually is because you've brought it up, it all tends to just it lets everything calm and settle, so that actually the day itself works out. In most cases, from my experiences, actually things just tend to flow, because there's that mutual respect that the conversation's already been had. And when the conversation's had earlier, they've had that bit of extra time just to settle and actually grasp it amongst themselves. It might be that there's an agreement between your mum and dad that one of them sits on the top table, one of them doesn't. or it might be the fact that you have none of them at the top table. It might be the fact that they completely sit on each other's separate sides of the room, but however, when they're passing each other, it's just general politeness for the sake of the fact that it's your special day. So have these conversations. Get them over and done with early. Do not let these difficult conversations roll on for absolutely forever because you're concerned about having them. Get them over and done with, because otherwise you're not going to enjoy any of the planning process, which is really important, because actually planning is exciting and it's all part and parcel of building this wonderful experience of your wedding day. So if any of you have struggled or are struggling with difficulties with family, how to actually deal with any bereavements or anything along those lines, and maybe I haven't covered it, or maybe you just want a little bit extra advice, do you know what, please comment. And if you're not happy about commenting, because I understand some of this is personal and you don't want people seeing it, actually ping me a message. I'm happy to help. I'll send you a voice note. I'm not a million miles away. I'm able to be contacted, and if I can help, I really want to help, because I get it and I understand, and I've been through it, and I understand the heartache that some of these situations can cause. And I'm on a mission to make sure that no bride or groom feels left out, or feels unheard, or feels like they're struggling and having to struggle in silence. Let's stop this now. I'm here to support. Ask me the questions. I will do my best to provide you with the support that's needed. And sometimes actually all it is having someone to rant to that isn't going to judge, or someone to rant to that isn't a family member where it becomes personal, because it's very, very easy to for something to escalate and to get out of hand. So I'm here for you. Ping me a message. If I can support, I will. I'm keen to support you. So yes, get the hard conversations done. Bear in mind, if your loved one has passed away, they will be there for you no matter what. They will be with you from the morning when you wake up, through getting ready, through walking down the aisles. Actually, they've got a front row seat. So please bear that in mind, that they've probably got a better vision of the wedding day than anybody else, because they're attached with your emotions and they're with you the whole time. So enjoy the wedding planning process. You've got this. Things sometimes are difficult, but I can assure you, no matter what, you're going to love your wedding day. Just get these bits done. Thanks for joining me. Don't forget to comment, like, share, subscribe. I look forward to seeing you on your next chat. I'll speak to you soon. Bye.